guys, welcome to today's video. In this video we are going to talk about differentiating implicit function. So we have an example here, which is x squared plus y squared is equal to 4. Now differentiating this, we're going to differentiate x with respect to y and y with respect to x. And when differentiating y with respect to x, after differentiating, you are going to have dy dx. So let's look into this function. So let's differentiate x squared. When we differentiate x squared, we're going to have 2x plus, when we differentiate y squared, we're going to have 2y. Then we're going to put our dy dx at the end of it, which is equal to, when you differentiate a constant, which is 4, it becomes 0. So therefore, collecting like terms, we're going to have 2y into the y dx is equal to 0, and when this crosses an equal to, it becomes minus. We are going to have minus 2x. So we are going to have here 2y dy dx is equal to negative 2x. So making the y dx stand on its own, we are going to have dy dx is equal to minus 2x dividing 2y. So this is going to cancel out. So therefore, we are going to have dy dx is equal to negative x over y. We're going to take another example also. Taking another example, we have a question given as x squared plus y squared plus sine y is equal to 3. So we're going to differentiate this. When we differentiate this, we have 2x plus, when we differentiate this, we're going to have 2y, then put out the y dx, plus when you differentiate sine, we're going to have cos, so we're going to have cos y, the y dx, which is equal to 3. So when you differentiate a constant, automatically becomes 0. So collecting like terms here, we're going to have 2y dy dx plus cos y dy dx is equal to 0. Subtracting, when this cos and equal to, it becomes a negative sign, minus 2x. So something is common between these two, which is the y dx. So we can easily write this as the y dx into 2y plus cos y, which is equal to 0 minus 2x. We're going to have negative 2x. So dividing both sides, so that we're just going to have the y dx. So we're going to, therefore here we're going to have the y dx is equal to negative 2x into 2y plus cos y. So these are you differentiate using implicit function. And we're going to take another example. We're given a question: find the y, the x at the points, we are given a point 1, 1, if x squared plus y squared plus xy is equal to 3. Now, given this function, we're going to write it out: x squared plus y squared plus xy is equal to 3. So now we're going to differentiate this. When we differentiate x squared, we're going to have 2x. When we differentiate y squared, we're going to have 2y into the y dx. Now, this is xy. This is a product form, and we're going to use the product rule in this function, which is we differentiate to u and v. So this is how we're going to do it. When we differentiate x, what we're going to have is 1. So 1 times y is y, so we're just going to have y here. Plus, when you differentiate, we differentiate x now, it's time to differentiate y. When we differentiate y is 1. And remember, when we are differentiating y, we are going to have the y dx at the end. So when we differentiate y here is 1. 1 multiply x is x, so we're going to have x into the y dx, which is equal to, when we differentiate a constant, it becomes 0. So collecting like terms, we're going to have 2y dy dx plus x dy dx, which is equal to 0. When this crosses, it becomes minus 2x, and when this crosses, it becomes minus y. So we're going to have the y ds, make it easy. So we're going to have 2y here plus x, because the y ds is common, which is equal to 0 minus 2x minus 2 is going to become negative 2x negative y. So this, we divide both sides by 2y plus x. So we're going to have the y ds equals to minus 2y plus y all into, sorry, this x minus 2x is this, so we have x here also, sorry about that. So minus 2x minus y all into 2y plus x, and we're given at a point 1, which is to say wherever we see x we put 1, and wherever we see y we put 1. So this is going to be minus 2 into 1 plus 1, and this is 2 into 1 plus 1. We're going to have minus 2 multiply 1 is minus 2 plus 1 into 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, which is going to give us minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 over 3. So there's the answer at a point 1 over. I really hope this video is helpful.